Hey guys, it's snowing today. It's the first snow of the season and I absolutely love it. It's a winter wonderland out here. My little boy is old enough that he can finally start enjoying things like this, so we're definitely gonna take advantage of that today. But you know what else sounds really good? Brisket.
Well, smoker's frozen. Every single freaking part. You wanna play hardball, huh? I see how it is. 900 pounds of frozen steel is no match for the flamethrower. Alright, we finally got the firebox open. Time to get our lump charcoal in. We're using Nature Glow lump charcoal, the best I've found. I've left a link in the description below. We're using a mix of white and red oak today, and we're going hot and fast, so it's done faster. I mean, I don't want to spend all day out here. We got to build a big fire and get the smoker up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
So if you're gonna do this, it helps to have a smoker with really thick walls. I'm smoking with a Bell Fabrications custom offset smoker that has 3/8 inch walls. What you're looking for is at least 1/4 inch, but more than that is better. The thicker the walls, the more heat retention you have. The more heat retention you have, the less heat loss you have. Therefore, you actually cook more efficiently. And the inside of this frozen cook chamber is gonna get up to temp, and it's gonna stay at temp even though it's super cold out today. All right, so we got some semblance of a fire going. We got the wood on there. Hopefully this fire gets lit enough to heat up that cook chamber so I can open up that cook chamber door. We're gonna head on inside to trim up our brisket, get it seasoned and on the pit. So here we just have a choice packer brisket I got from Sam's. We're just gonna do a basic brisket trim. And the premise behind trimming is just to make the whole thing more aerodynamic so the smoke flows over easier and you get even cooking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim down the point muscle as well as cut out this flab of meat right here. We're gonna cut off some of the floppy parts of the flat so that they don't burn. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna get the fat cap side down to about 1/4 inch thickness. For more detailed instructions on exactly how to trim a brisket, check out my dedicated brisket video. I've left a link down in the description detailing exactly how to do that. Plus there's also a link in this upper right hand corner that you can click on too.
We're gonna save our brisket trimmings for sausage and hit this with a salt, pepper, garlic rub. Especially because we're cooking so hot, I don't want to rub with any sugars or anything that will burn with that heat. So simple it is today. We gotta hit all the sides and get this bad boy coated.
This may not have been my best trim job, but I'm in a hurry, so we're gonna go ahead and get this on the smoker. We're cooking hot and fast. We want to get this done in time for dinner. It's about 9 a.m. Let's see if we get there.
So we're at about 16 degrees outside and we're at 275 in the smoker. So we get this brisket on fat side up. We can get away with using big splits on this fire since we're burning so hot. Close it down and let it hang out for 2 hours before taking a look.
This video is brought to you by our sponsor, Woodchuck Firewood. Woodchuck has all kinds of different wood. They're based out of Valley Center, Kansas, but they ship their wood all over the country. If you're on the lookout for wood splits that you need for your barbecue, fire pit, or fireplace, Woodchuck Firewood is your one-stop shop. Type in the link below into your browser to access their website and place an order, and tell them that Fire and Ferment sent you over, and they'll take good care of you.
It's been 2 hours, so now we move on to the next step.
Guys, when you're doing a brisket, especially on a day like today, you're gonna want a high quality leave-in probe thermometer like this one, the ThermoPro Twin Temp Spike. This is especially good for brisket because it has 2 probes that are Bluetooth enabled and hook up to your phone. So I can put 1 probe in the point and 1 probe in the flat. I can go inside and relax on the couch under a blanket. So I don't have to be out here probing with an instant read thermometer constantly. But in the middle of the cook, I don't wanna be out here. I wanna be in in there and let the app tell me when it's done. I can be inside taking a nap and it's gonna do everything else. So click on the ThermoPro link I've shared in the description below and type in code FIREFERMENT20 for 20% off your order. I guarantee that this is the absolute foolproof way to ensure a perfect brisket cook. I forgot to mention that not only does it monitor internal temperature of the meat, but it also has sensors that monitor the ambient temperature within your smoker. So if your smoker gets out of range, it'll alert you there too.
We just gotta maintain our fire and keep checking every 2 hours. If either the point or the flat is progressing faster, you can rotate the brisket so it'll catch up and even out. We just keep it rolling until it's done. Our ThermoPro app has notified us that we're really close to being done. We gotta check it with our ThermoPro Lightning instant read thermometer, and we're looking for probe tenderness here. In the center, we're not quite there yet, so we'll just keep it rolling until we get there. We finally made it to probe tenderness right in the center of the meat, so it's time to take it off, and we're gonna wrap this in foil and let it rest on the counter.
In our case, this took a total of 5.5 hours. Once done, we took the brisket off of the smoker and we brought it in and wrapped it in foil to rest for 1 to 2 hours. Typically, briskets benefit from a long hold for like 13 to 17 hours in a warming oven, which is typically what I do for my briskets. But today, the whole name of the game is hot and fast because we want brisket ASAP, especially on a cold, snowy day like today where we don't want to spend the whole day or night outside. You may also notice that I didn't wrap it during the cook. I typically wrap my briskets in butcher paper midway through the cook, but today we just went straight through without wrapping it because today the name of the game is simplicity, ease, and speed. Let's dive right in.
I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. The bark had a nice crisp to it, but it wasn't burnt. It sliced easily, and you can see there's a ton of rendered fat in the center, which is awesome. We start off by taking slices off the flat, and a couple of litmus tests on a properly cooked brisket would be the bend test and the pull test, and I think it passed both of those. As far as the flavor, less smoky than usual, which makes sense given that we ran hotter and for shorter duration. There's definitely a crispier bark, which almost has a grilled hamburger flavor. I'm not sure the fat cap rendered out as well as usual, but still pretty good. I think my preferred method on brisket is low and slow. However, I would for sure do hot and fast again, definitely when in a time crunch or not wanting to spend forever outside. I'd recommend you give this a try and compare to your own brisket method. All that matters is that you go outside and cook something and enjoy the process from start to finish. Let me know what you think in the comments.
That is how we make Blizzard brisket at Fire and Ferment. If you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on that little bell icon so you don't miss any new content. I love you guys, and stick around.